Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're tackling a really cool tool. It's all about getting a faster, cleaner signal in a pretty noisy market. We are, of course, talking about the Jurik Moving Average. You know, if you're a trader, this is probably going to sound familiar. You see that perfect setup, everything's lining up, but your indicator, it finally gives you the green light just a little too late. The move's already happened, and now you're just chasing the market. So frustrating, right? And that really gets to the heart of the trader's dilemma. It's this classic trade-off. Most indicators kind of force your hand. On one side, you've got a super fast responsive line. But oh man, it gets whipsawed by every little price tick, giving you a ton of false signals. Then, on the other hand, you can get a really smooth, clean line, but it lags so far behind the price that by the time it tells you to get in, the party's already over. But what if there was another way? Imagine an indicator that tries to give you the best of both worlds. Something smooth enough to just ignore all that market noise, but still responsive enough to actually catch trends right when they're starting. Well, that's exactly the problem the Jurik Moving Average was designed to tackle. Okay, so let's get right into it. Section 1. Let's meet the Jurik Moving Average, or JMA as most people call it. It was created by a mathematician and market analyst named Mark Jurik, and he had a very, very specific goal. Yeah, the whole idea behind the JMA was to engineer it from the ground up to cut down on that frustrating lag we were just talking about. Its one and only job is to give you a clearer, more timely picture of what the price is really doing, so you can make decisions with a lot more confidence. So the big question is, how does it pull this off? Well, the exact formula is proprietary. It's kind of like a secret sauce, you know? But we do know the core concepts. For one, it's adaptive. That means it actually speeds up when the market gets volatile and slows right down when things are calm. It also uses something called phase correction, which is a fancy way of saying it can snap back and hug the price really tightly after a big, sharp turn. It keeps it from getting way out of sync. All right, this is the important part. How does this thing actually stack up against the tools that most traders are using every single day? I'm talking about the good old simple and exponential moving averages. Okay, first up, let's put it against the classic simple moving average, the SMA. And honestly, the difference is like night and day. We all know the SMA is slow. It lags a lot. But the JMA, it just hugs the price action so much more closely. It reacts way, way faster when the direction changes. Okay, fair enough. What about the EMA, the exponential moving average? I mean, it's definitely faster than the SMA, but that speed comes with a price, right? It can get really choppy and jumpy. The whole point of the JMA is to be just as fast, but with this incredible smoothing mechanism built in that just filters out all that distracting noise. And this right here, this quote really just nails it. It perfectly captures what the JMA is all about. It's not just about speed, and it's not just about being smooth. It's all about finding that perfect balance, that sweet spot right in the middle. So that's the theory, but how does this translate into actual, trading strategies? How are people really using the JMA to spot those entry and exit signals? Well, one of the most popular ways is the classic crossover strategy. It's super straightforward. You just add two JMAs to your chart, one fast one slow one. And when that fast line crosses up and over the slow one, that's your potential buy signal. And when it crosses down below, that's your potential sell. It's simple, it's visual, and it can be really effective. But hey, it's not just a one-trick pony for crossovers. A lot of traders will just use a single JMA line to get a feel for the trend. I mean, if the price is staying above it, the trend is probably up, right? You can also use it to confirm breakouts. A breakout looks way more legit if the JMA is pointing in the same direction. And of course, you can always pair it up with other indicators like an RSI or a MACD to get that extra layer of confirmation. Okay, this all sounds great. It sounds amazing, in fact. But theory is one thing. Performance in the real world is a totally different ballgame. So how does a simple JMA strategy actually do when you test it against decades of real market data? Let's dig into the data. We're going to look at a backtest of a really simple strategy. The rules couldn't be clearer. You buy when the price closes above the 200-day JMA, and you sell when it closes below. That's it. And we're going to see how that played out in two very different markets. First up to the plate, the S&P 500. You know, the big one. A broad, mature, pretty stable market index. So how did our little JMA strategy do here? And the results might actually surprise you. On the S&P 500, the JMA strategy gave back 5.3% a year, which, isn't terrible. until you see that a simple buy and hold strategy returned 7.3%. So it actually underperformed. It seems like for a market like this, all that extra buying and selling just didn't really pay off. And this chart just lays it all out. Crystal clear. You can see that gap. Simply buying the index and holding on for the ride would have given you a better return than actively trading this JMA system over that same time. Okay, but what happens when we take this to a completely different playground? Let's run the exact same 200-day JMA strategy, but this time on the wild, volatile, super trend-driven world of Bitcoin. And boom, the story completely flips. On Bitcoin, the JMA strategy pulled in a staggering 75% annual return. That's way better than the 66% you would have gotten from just buying and holding. The win rate was better too. It just did a better job of capturing those massive upswings. I mean, this chart tells you everything you need to know. In a crazy volatile market like Bitcoin, the JME's ability to adapt and react so quickly seems to have given it a real measurable edge. It helped traders ride those huge waves way more effectively than just sitting on their hands. Okay, so we've seen the theory, we've seen the back-tested reality, which brings us to the big question. What's the takeaway here? And more importantly, is the JMA the right tool for you and your trading? Look, at the end of the day, the JMA is a pretty specialized tool. That responsiveness, it's a massive plus in markets that are trending hard and moving a lot. But there are downsides. It's a paid tool, for one. It can get you into trouble in choppy, sideways markets. And as we just saw, its performance is definitely not one size fits all. It really, really depends on the market you're trading. And that leaves us with this final, really important question. The whole point of the Jurik Moving Average is to be one of the fastest, smoothest signals out there. But as the data clearly shows, faster isn't always better. Not for every market. The real key, the real challenge for every single trader is figuring out how to match the right tool to the right job.